Good morning. Welcome to morning meeting. So here's what's on my mind this morning. I'm going to tell you a quick story. So I've worked with a lot of children, and my background is in educational psychology and positive psychology, that sort of thing. And I like to study neuropsychology. Those are my geeky topics, and I do a lot of writing around those topics and habits and things like that. And when I'm working with children, I tend to bring that information into my work with them, whether they're very, very young or they're high school students, or I even do it when I'm working with adults if I see that it needs to come into the conversation in some way. And so years ago, when I first started working as a para, while I was still in graduate school, I was working as a para and a substitute teacher, and I was working in a preschool as the para. So the main teacher's in the room, and I'm going around the table. The children are working on a project, and I can't remember what it was. I think they may have been practicing how to write their name, and they're preschoolers trying to practice write their name. And I come up and I say, "Oh, that's a beautiful," whatever the letter was. Yeah, maybe it's a P or an L or whatever. Oh, it looks beautiful. And then I go to another child. Oh, it's looking great. Is that your very best work? And they'd look at me and they go, yeah. I said, oh, it really looks like your very best work. Let's make sure we're doing our very best work. Do our very best work. And I did that with the children. And I still do that when I'm working with children, is remind them, is this your very best work? Is this your best effort that you can put forward on this particular task in this moment? And they'll say yes, or sometimes they'll say no. And I'll say, oh, well, what could you do to make this your very best effort, your very best letter P? If it's the letter P, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's about the effort and putting forth your very best effort in everything that you do. And when we learn that lesson and we learn it early, that lesson sticks. And I know this because my father used to call it half stepping. Don't half step. We grew up having to do chores all the time, every single day. I'm not even sure that we didn't do them on Sunday. So we had a list. It was on the refrigerator. We came home from school. It wasn't sit down, do your homework. It was do your chores before we get home. That was the rule. So we'd come home and we'd look at our list and we'd get our chores done. God help us if we didn't do them the right way. All right. And what that meant was don't half step. If you're going to do something, do it to the best of your ability in that moment. Do not half step. So the challenge for you today is take a look at the things that you're doing, the projects that you're involved in, and really take a step back and go, am I half stepping, or am I really putting forth my best effort in this situation? Because let's face it, we're adults, right? Sometimes we take on tasks and projects and things that we don't necessarily want to do, but that doesn't matter. Our job is to get it done and to do it to the best of our ability, to put forth our best effort, to bring our A game into that situation. So don't half step. See you later.